What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pro Gamer Manager, the career mode. And in the last part, we just kept kind of working. We kept kind of jumping around this 6,000 mark. Not quite able to get inside of that 6,000 mark. But just did a lot of kind of flirting around that area there. No commitment, you know what I'm saying? We were just feeling the waters. No, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But, so, yeah, in the last part, we kind of winning some, losing some, going back to what we've been doing for so many episodes, it feels like, in this playthrough is just, like, you win one, you lose two. You win one, you lose two. So you end up, like, kind of sitting in the same spot. Because when you lose a match, you don't quite lose as many points as you would gain if you win a match. So, in that situation, we're kind of, like, just breaking even, almost. Maybe going down a little bit, but pretty much just kind of breaking even. Like, we were at 6,700 something, and then we won and went up to 6,500 something, and now we're at 6,600 because, we lost one, so didn't quite lose everything there. Do you think are the most dominant in our league? It seems kind of weird. Like, obviously, Few Cranes must be really good if we're, like, giving them this much respect. Like, either one of their players or the whole team. But, I don't know. The way you could look at this is, this guy probably is really good. I have no clue. I haven't gotten to play a match, and to be honest, I'm not out there looking at exactly who's the best and who's not the best, you know what I'm saying? Because they're all just random names. And the likelihood is after the season, we'll probably never get to see them again if they're, if we don't move on with them or they don't move on or whatever. But, you gotta look at this as this guy's probably really good. Or we could give the whole team, like, a mutual respect and say, yeah, all the players on that team are all equally dangerous, and if you take them lightly, you're gonna be in trouble down the line, because they are gonna make you pay for it a lot if you just kind of go, well, I don't think they're really that tough. They're kind of like, well, no, you should always respect the whole team. Don't pretend like, even if you absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, know that you are far and away better, still expect the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in StarCraft, there's always a thing where you should always assume that you're behind, right, when you're playing. Unless you absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, know that you're pretty far ahead, you should always kind of assume that you're either even or behind. Because if you don't do that, you can end up being in a situation where in your mind you think you're really far ahead, or you think that you're even, and it turns out that you're either even or behind. And, then you maybe do something a little greedy or try and end it really fast, and you don't realize that you're actually kind of behind and you weren't ahead, and you're not going to be able to just end it right away and just move on. It's not going to be the case, and you end up throwing the game or things like that. And the reality is, losing a game happens, right? You're going to lose. You're not always going to win. That's just the way it goes. Unless you're the FPS manager mode that we did last time, then you never lose. But, in most circumstances, you're not going to win absolutely everything. You're going to have games where you're not going to win them all. You might run into a streak of some tough games, like we had a few episodes ago, where we just won one match the entire episode. And then you're going to have other episodes, like the episode after that, where we were winning, like, everything, So, you can't really judge it by what you might experience in one game or in one set of games, right? Because think about the grand scheme of things, right? If you play, like, let's say you're playing COD, right? Or CSGO, right? You're gonna probably play in your entire time playing thousands of games. Thousands of games are going to be played. So 5 of those 1,000, like, let's say you're going to play 10,000 games, right? 5 of those, look how small that is when you think about everything that's going on, right? You know, it seems so little. It seems so small to have to worry about and dwell on that there's no point in dwelling on those little things or, you know, taking those kinds of things so personally, because it's not going to get you anywhere if you waste the time, right? Because there's only, the biggest thing I've learned through life is the biggest challenge for anyone is realizing and coming to grips with the fact that there's only so many hours in the day, and that means there's only so much that you can do, right? Because everyone's got to sleep, everyone's got to eat to live, right? And if you don't sleep, and if you don't eat, then your productivity's gonna drop, right? So you have to take care of yourself along with whatever you're trying to reach to, right? But that's the biggest hard thing is there's only so many hours. There's only 24 hours in a day, right? And if you think you have to take that some of that time for spending time eating, sleeping, hygiene, all those kinds of things. Oh, whoops, knocked the mic a little bit. But you know, you gotta look at all those things as you have to do those things. So if you have to then balance what time you have left to what you can do to get as far as possible and to reach whatever goal you're hoping for. Okay? So I'm not like an amazing like role model or anything like that by any means, right? I'm not like people, you can look up to me if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not like a you know, poster board, like this is what you want to be. Nah, that's not quite the case, you know. I'm not going to be proud and say, oh yeah, man, look at me, I'm like just the best. How in the world could you not want to be me? Like, come on, man, what in the world? No, you know, I look up to a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that I look up to and go, yes, those kinds of things that they did, I care about. And I want to be able to do better than that for myself. You know what I'm saying? So if I, instead of trying to be the best I possibly can, and instead I'm spending time doing nothing, right? Doing nothing productive or just, you know, wasting time, that's not going to get you anywhere, you know? Like, you're always going to have to... There's also a fine balancing act, right? Between work and pleasure, right? There's that idea of you can't... What you do for work can't be what you also, like, do for fun, right? Like, there's always that... And I think that's a more traditional approach to things, and I think as time's gone on, people are realizing that no, instead what you don't have to just be like, well, I turned so and so age, so now I need to go do the 9 to 5 job that I'm just doing for a paycheck. I hate going to it every day. I just want to do it for a paycheck and then go home and have X number of kids and a wife and a house and grow old and die eventually, and that's that, right? That's a very traditional, you know, idea for how people are supposed to live their lives, right? And in my opinion, I think that there are people who want to get goals like have X number of kids, have a husband, have a house. That's great, right? Most people are gonna want to get married at some point, you know, have children at some point, you know. Not everyone, it's not for everyone, you know, but I think there are a large amount of population that wants to do that stuff. And I think the thing is, because it's so hard to change the way that society wants to do things, And now we're starting to get a little political, so I'm trying not to get kind of controversial on it. But just because that kind of stuff just isn't very, I don't know. Too much controversial stuff causes too many issues. But, so to kind of sum things up, because I don't want to offend anybody by any means, none of this is all my opinion. If you're offended, I apologize. That wasn't the intent. But, you know, I think an ideal thing that I think people are starting to realize as time's gone on, that what you want to do, if you work hard enough, most of the time, I'm not going to say always, right? Not going to say always. But most of the time, if you work hard enough, the thing that you want to do, you can make happen, right? Because I've been told before in the past, right, many a times, that the key to having a happy life, when it's regards to what you do for a living, right, is to find something that you love, right? Whatever it is that you love, find a way to make money doing it, right? Find a way to make money doing it, and that's that. Because the sad fact is, you're gonna need money, right? Unless you're gonna try and live homeless. But if you're gonna try and live homeless, it's gonna be much harder for you to do that than most of the time you could have tried to find something else, right? But, you know, sometimes when life comes around the corner, you gotta get jobs that you may not enjoy, but you need to do them to get by, right? But you should never settle for that. Don't settle for just the 9-to-5 job because I need the paycheck. Don't settle for it. If you can use it as a stepping stone to get to where you want to go, right? Just use it as kind of it's like a pit stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're using it to help support you. It's like a crutch. Help to support, not really a crutch, but to support you to get where you want to go. You know, but always look to try and get to where you want to go. But back into the game, right? We're going to have like a little motivational speech here. But let's hope we can end a few Crane's hot streak. They look superb. Well, I'm a better entry fragger fool. I think I just bumped up my rival per se, right? Because, you know, I don't want the other guy to be, you know, better than me. I'd rather be the best there is, but, you know, it is what it is. You kind of just gotta go about things. Man, we were on a real winning streak, and now we're starting to lose quite a few matches. We've gotten pretty far, though, from where we were. We were pretty far off, and now we're starting to kind of move into where we'd like to be at. So hopefully we can keep up the hard work and keep winning, you know, because that's what you got to do. You just got to keep grinding, keep heading up on the grind, and do what you can to try and get it. I think we've got to be right around the corner from Platinum. We've got to be. I thought Platinum might have been top 5,000. It's clearly not, because we're inside like almost 3,000 now. But I'm thinking then that Platinum may be top 1,000, which if you can get into the top 1,000 players, that's not bad for a game that's got like you know, 50 to 70,000 people, and you're in the top 1,000. That's not too shabby, if I could say so myself. That is not too shabby. But yeah, so people had pointed out in the comments that we don't really have to do a whole lot of streaming anymore, because we've reached the level that we want for streaming, and the team pays our bills. So rather than spending that little time streaming, we can instead grind an extra game out, which I think is a good idea. I think that's a smart way to do it, and we're going to do it a little bit, but we tend to be going back into the great what is the word? Man, the pattern of win one, lose two now again, and just kind of hitting even all over again. So there we go. Paid our bills, gave us a couple $1,000s extra. But that is going to be it for the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. If you have a comment, question, or concern, leave it in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next part.